Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. I thought I had gotten this correct, but apparently sometimes things don't always go the way you planned them. So, there's been a lot going on with me in real life. I had to work a few days. I did do that. And then, I had doctor's appointments. I went on some job interviews. So, all that is going. I thought I'd have a new job by now, but not so much. So we are coloring from Woodland Fairies special. This is the Christine Karron one. Which issue number is this? Is issue 90 something, I guess, but I don't know. This is the one with, I think this is issue, I'm like trying to figure out which issue this is because they all have issue numbers on them. Issue number 48, I think. But this is one of the older ones. So paper's different in this one. But I'm going to color it in pencil today. So I hope everybody has had a good weekend. I know this news has been crazy the last few days. Some of you, like, I didn't even know who Charlie Kirk was until he got mentioned in one of the South Park issues. This is called Poppy Fairy. So each of the fairies have a name. And this is one of the grayscale ones in it. So these are my Holbeins. Yeah, I need to get some new pencils. So, yeah, no. So I was kind of shocked hearing that this man had died. I never expected that to happen. Like Charlie Kirk died. So I was not like the man was clearly assassinated. That really bothers me. I may not agree with the man's views, but I do not ever condone murdering somebody because you disagree with their opinions. So this is called Poppy Fairy. So we are coloring this. What color is this? This is Autumn Leaf. Now I'm not going to color a red because there's so many variations of red her hair. With this, I don't have to really work very hard. This is called Autumn Leaf. It's one of my favorite Holbein colors. It's like one of my favorite browns from the Holbeins. So what I will tell you what I like, for skin tones, I particularly like Prismas and Black Widows for that. For browns, I particularly like the Holbeins. For reds, I like the Prismas. For greens, I'm greens. There's a lot of greens in Prismas, but I think the greens are a little bit more vibrant in the Holbein. But that's just a personal opinion. And the polys, but I'm doing my center first, and I'm doing the hair first. And I'll tell you right now, for grayscale pictures, I love the Holbeins. Holbeins, hands down, if you're coloring grayscale, Holbeins are my favorite. If you don't, hi, Michelle, how are you? I am good. I've been a little kind of busy here and there, doing stuff today. I got some news today regarding my health. I'm not surprised because I've had some things going on health wise, some of them personal, it's kind of like you get to a certain age and then I'm a little surprised, but I'll be in Culver City later this weekend, probably next weekend, because I'm going to my niece's birthday party. So next weekend, so not this weekend, but next weekend. But I do love the Color in Heaven magazines. Oh, I have a dishwasher, sweetie. I love dishwashers. I wait till my dishwasher is full and then I wash them. Well, the reason why you wash your dishes when the dishwasher when it's full is so that you save on electricity. But here in California, we can only run it at certain times of the day. Yeah, because they do something crazy in California with the energy cost. So, there's been a couple of things. Every once in a while, I see protests. Last weekend when I was coming back from Memorial Day weekend, some of you know I spent Memorial Day weekend with my father. Enjoyed that trip. That was a good trip, even if the drive is not so comfortable. I finished watching Wednesday season 2, which I really loved. I really did love that show. That show is so good, Wednesday. That's what good writing does. When you write a show well enough and it leaves you satisfied in the second season, I might have to rewatch the season again just because there was so much to happen in one season. I tell you, that show is really good. I really enjoy it. So, I've been enjoying certain shows. I didn't even realize this past weekend, that Daryl Dixon started up again. That's the Walking Dead spinoff with Daryl. Looks like it's going to be a good show. It's its third season. I'm also looking forward to what is the other show I'm looking forward to? Oh, I'm looking forward to Interview with the Vampire, or as they've termed the third season, The Vampire Lestat. Which I really love, The Vampire Lestat, and then Queen of the Dam was so good too. And this is called Autumn Leaf. It's a nice color. I'm basically going to make this red and purple. to make it dark. Someone asked me, how am I going? I'm doing this complicated flower, so one of the pictures, but it's holding me up because I've never done a combination like it, so it's kind of hard to do the combination with those pencils. I should have used different pencils, but I guess you learn and adapt as it is. I'm gonna do this green. Yes, we're gonna do her skin tone first. Normally I would do the flowers. I should do the flowers first before I do the skin, but a little different. Tell you, I have a lot of pencils. The problem is that I'm running out of my big sets now. I have a huge list of things that I need to get. And it keeps growing. And the problem with when things grow is, and what color is this? This is called coral. I like to make my girls have pretty nails. Yeah, my nails used to be pretty and now they're not so much anymore. They've started to fade. Like all things, Eventually I'm going to have to get them redone. Maybe next time I go for an interview, I'll have them redone. Now I want green. You guys all know how I love greens. And this is called spring green, I think. The thing about Wednesday, though, the show, I like how they kept me guessing until the very end. That's a mark of a good show because they keep you in suspense. And they throw a few twists that you didn't see coming. Okay. So this is what I call a grayscale color image. She has some images here that are not grayscale, but I tend to like Christine Karron's grayscale more than I like her regular color. It's not to say that it's bad. It's just that that's what I like more. I guess it's a choice. When you color with them. No, I keep applying for jobs, and we'll see what happens. You just got to keep working at it. Eventually, something comes up, right? Okay, we're back, hopefully. So I'm sorry about that, guys. Sometimes things happen when we're not expecting them to happen. So I was glad that we didn't totally lose the stream there. One now. Luckily, we have a restore button on the thing. So this is blush, and this is SLO15, and this comes from the Black Widows. Did you guys probably have recognized that I love using my Black Widows? Well, no, when you get all the sets of Black Widows, they really do complement each other. I also like that they try not to duplicate any of the colors, or at least shades, or try to. I mean, there's some shades that are really close, but I tell you, for a budget pencil, they work really. The guy who who does them, he works really hard to make sure that they don't come up looking like hot pink. This is the Monarch 086. That's okay, Michelle. I had a little hiccup of my own. My computer went off. I didn't get a blue screen. Something happened. I pressed something by accident. But luckily, we were able to restore it, and I had it on my phone. So my phone is always my backup if something goes wrong during the stream. This is called Rust. No, that's why the stream stopped. My computer went bye-bye for whatever reason, but luckily we were able to restore the stream, so thankfully that didn't prevent it. Why does my Discord stream always show up on the computer? Yeah, this is the Skin Tone Right 003. This is called Rust. Now we're going to use the Prismas. I love Prismas. You know, a lot of people say, well, the Prismas are not. But, you know, the Prismas have a really good, you know, like I tell people, if you want good skin tones, I highly recommend Black Widow's Prismas for skin tones, in my opinion. And if you don't have a full set of Prismas, you know that and I know this for a while, they were selling these in the art stores, at least in Blix for a while, a Prismacolor set of skin tones. I don't know if they still sell them, but now they sell these. They used to sell what are called Prismas. I think every set offers a skin tone set, but I know for a while Prisma was doing a skin tone set where you would only buy the tones for skin tone. Someone asked me, why is there so many browns in skin tones? Well, that's for when you want to do a darker skin person or like a Caribbean skin person, or maybe an Afro-American one. I'm going to have some problems with that because it's not my milieu when I start doing the darker skin tone people from Bridgerton. So, always keep in mind, you see how small my pencils are, so. And I write down when I'm done using my pencils, I write down a list of what I need. So when I go to the art supply store, I don't feel like, oh, or I'm online. But and today is a day of remembrance. It's 9/11. Some people would think that I should color something that is reminiscent of New York. But I'll tell you right now, I do have a coloring book that is New York based. I just don't think that's an appropriate thing to color today. I want something happy to color today. It is a hard day for a lot of people today, 9/11. You have to remember, I was in New York. Now, how many years ago was it? 24 years ago? They say today is the 24th anniversary. Next year will mark the 25th anniversary. I go, really? Has it been that long? This is light peach, and so you see what I did? I combined my skin tones. You guys don't really see that it's much darker than what it looks like. So, wow. It doesn't even seem that long ago, does it? It really doesn't. But it really was that long ago. And this is my light peach. You see how little my light peach is? But we use light peach as the final color in a skin tone. Now, I could have made the cheeks redder, rosier, but I don't really like to do that because when you do that, it kind of screws it up a little bit. So I'm going to do my red. And then I'm going to do a purple one from this set. I love the purples in here. Azalea. But we're going to also need a green. And we're going to need a green. So I sharpen my pencils. I love coloring flowers and poppies. I think I did this image in another book a long time ago, but for me, on my phone, I write down a list of pencils I need. And one thing I do is when I don't have another pencil in it, I always look to see if I have another pencil. So you guys see what this is over here? This is my list. So the moment I get it off my list, I take it off the list. So that's how it works. I learned something from markers. If you want to really make it stand out, go around. One thing about grayscale that I love is that the shading is done for you and you don't have to work nearly as hard creating shades. The girl's lips a little bit. This is called contouring. Should have done that before and contoured it a little bit more. I wonder if the sharpener is what's causing the shadow. Yep. I should have chosen a lighter red or a lighter purple. That's okay. See, if you press too hard, that's what happens with your prisms. See, yes, very naughty. I have a lot of books. Just because I have a lot of books does not mean it's always so easy. You know, the problem with having a lot of books is that sometimes it's not as... Well, this does not want to sharpen my pencil well. It's also a bad thing when that happens.